Hello, hello, this is JilliBling. How are you? Today's project is a fun fold, and I've done this fun fold before, but I think it's a perfect way to show off this stamp set. It's a bundle called Textured Floral. And isn't that fun? And coincidentally, this paper, Wildly Flowering, I think it goes perfectly with this stamp set. So I was trying to get inspiration from the designer paper colors and flowers to make these flowers. This one might be my favorite, but I really like blue. Isn't that pretty? And it stands up just like that. So today we'll be using Textured Floral Bundle, Wonderful Thoughts Bundle, and dies, Stylish Shapes, Wonderful Thoughts, Something Fancy, and Textured Floral. So this paper, the designer paper, look how nicely these go together. So on page 41 of the catalog, the paper is designed to go with the bundle Wildflower Designs. The dies are wonderful. I've used this embossing folder over and over and over. The little embellishments, adhesive back texture dots are really nice too, and they're great for masculine cards. But when you look at the paper, I'll hold these both up. Look at the leaves and the flowers, and look how similar they are. So there's the stamp set. Now look at the paper. So I think they go perfectly. Or maybe in my head I'm just making them up to go perfectly, but I love how they look together. And this stamp set, Wonderful Thoughts, did you know this stamp set, if you want to cut out any of the words, there's a die to cut out each and every one of the words. So see this right here, the hello? You're probably thinking, no, yeah, you fussy cut that and did it right along the edges, but this stamp set cuts out every word, including there's a few different just rectangular type frames and some cute little images like the flower and the hearts. But for instance, this one, you're like, well, that's just a rectangle. But that cuts out the things. And look at all these. Should I just try one? How about, let's see what this one right here cuts out. This cuts out, oh, and this is, oh no, these are full size. Of course I get one that I'm not cut, it's probably upside down. No. I'm going to find it. We do it this way. No. Well, that's going to drive me crazy now. And of course the one that I grabbed, I'm wondering if it's this one. You know what it is this is upside down. Okay, now. Sometimes you have to persevere. So it perfectly cuts out every one of these words, which is so nice. Very convenient. Okay, see, now it would fit. There we go. But great stamp set and die set. Okay, let's get on to this project. So I will show you the paper cut sizes, and I'll put them on my blog, which is jillibling.com. But as we go, I'll tell you the sizes, and then I'll hold up my little cheat sheet and let you do a screenshot. Okay, so let's see what we have. I want to use this new ribbon. This is called Frayed Grow Grain ribbon. One time, one of the recent videos, I said gross grain, and someone says, no, that's grow grain. So I appreciate all your little tips like that. Grow grain. The S is absent. But look how pretty this is. Isn't that nice? Little frayed edge. So I want to use this today. Okay, so this is for stamping. So here are the papers. I want to do another blue one. It's kind of my favorite. So this is just for stamping the words on. We'll do that in a minute, and that's just a scrap. But the base paper is 4 1/4 by 11. Do you end up working in this much space? How does this happen? Okay, let's move all these off to the side a bit. Okay, so 4 1/4 by 11, and it's scored at 1 1/4. Two and a half, and 6 3/4. Right there. Okay, we're done with this. So this is going to go about like that. I'll confirm the folds in just a minute. Okay, and then next is this piece here, which I'm calling the tower, because when you look at it, it's the highest peak, the highest part, and that just gets folded in half. And this is 2 3/4 by 11, folded in half. Okay, since I have my bone folder out, let's check these score lines. This would be so nice to receive. You could have it sitting on your workspace for a long time, just because it's so pretty. And this is going to go right over here. Okay, so these are the back pieces. The colored back piece is 4 by 4. The colored back white is 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. The foil paper, which is for right here and here. Then there's the white die cut. The foil paper is 2 by 3. The white paper is 3 by 2 1/8, and that's for this die right here. And this piece gets stuck on. This is designer paper on the tower. It is 2 1/2 by 5 1/4. But look how pretty this paper is. Beautiful colors. And I love the white flowers with the darker background, and they just have hints of moody mauve and hints of boho. So this is going to go right onto here. And I love this linen paper. It's in both the Misty Moonlight, this one, and then there's also this piece, which is kind of a, I don't know that it's Pebbled Path, between Pebbled Path and Crumb, probably closer to Crumb. Crumb cake. Okay, and this piece of designer paper is 4 by 4. And isn't that pretty too? I wonder how that would look. I like the flowers on it though. And I like how they match the textured floral flowers. So I use this piece. Okay, and then for stamping, usually I do 2 3/4 by 8 1/2, but this time I had a whole bunch of 3 5/8 by 8 1/2, but any size scrap you have is fine. Okay, so let me use these dies to cut out the foil and the white leaves. So we have those. Okay, so here is, ready for a screenshot? There you go. Okay, and let's carry on. So I love the layout of this card just because the words are right in the middle, and I like all of the blank, the blue, and the blank Pebbled Path, just because that makes it a little bit calmer. The first card I did was this card, And it is a little bit busy, but I think it's still pretty. So I want to do one similar to this today, but in the blue colors. The second one I did was using all the same flower, the larger flower, with all these little flower centers in it, using copper paper. And that one I think is a little bit busy, but I just love it. I love the colors together, and this stamp set is just beautiful. So there's that one. But let's work on something somewhat like this. We'll see how it turns out. So if you choose to do this one right here, out of the one little paper, you can get the sprig and 3 flower centers. Just so you know, there's a way to make it happen. Okay, so this is a good, let's put the card base together and then we'll just be decorating it. So to put it together, I'm going to put some glue on the underside of my tower piece, right here at the bottom only. The question is, what kind of placement for the tower? So when you look at the samples, this one, the tower is way off to the side. This one, it's a little bit off to the side. And this one too is a little bit. I really don't want to cover up that flower, but these little white, let me try doing it on this side. Right here. Okay, so just let that stick. Okay, flip the whole thing over, and I'll put some glue, and I'm just going to do it here at the bottom, and I'll show you why you don't want to do it all the way to the top. And it's not tragic if you do it all the way, like to the top of this panel. But I'll show you why I'm doing it just at the bottom. So when you have your car fully assembled, I'm sticking it down right now because I know it will still fit in the envelope. Okay, so I put glue just at the bottom because see when this opens, see this little gap right here? Right there, you can see it. If I had it stuck all the way, that would be fine. But I like the flexibility of it. So when you open it up, this is nice and flat. If you had it stuck together, it still would be plenty flat, but I don't think that this part would open all the way. Just a little preference, nothing tragic. Okay, so that's inside. Let's do the words. So the words are going to be embossed in silver, and I got the new Stampin' Up! Embossing powders, Embossing Wow. And they're really nice. They're very shiny, metallic, and when you heat them, they heat and you have a real smooth finish. So I'm going to use Versamark, and I use my embossing buddy from the Embossing Tools Essential Kit, which is really nice. It has a tray with it. It has these little, I don't know if you could call them tweezers, because tweezers I think is for picking out little slivers. I'll use them here. And it has a brush. Here's the brush, and here's my, while you're embossing, hold it. And I'm using these things all the time. I have them nearby. The brush is great too. If you have, because I use my embossing buddy, I don't have any excess little spots of embossing powder, but it's great to knock off any little spots, which we happen to get often. Can you see how bright that is? There you go. It's really nice. There. Isn't that pretty? I know it was on back order for a while, and I think that they were just perfecting it because it turned out so pretty. So I have the die in here, this one right here. I'm like, well, that's just a little die. but it fits perfectly over here. And there it is. Okay, we're getting elements. So to do the stamping, I'm going to do one of each of these stamps. So there's 3 flowers: big flower, big leaves, littler leaves, little flower, medium flower. And I'm going to do those so that they're really soft, like this one. This one is full strength boho blue. This is using a dauber, which we'll do today. These are using dauber full strength. Then on the inside, did the leaves and the flowers the same, but I used Misty Moonlight to do that image, and I love how that turned out. Okay, so dauber, boho blue. So let's do the big flower first. And I'm going to make sure to get ink, and see, I'm just kind of lightly tapping. If I were to go down really firm on here, I'm looking to see if I have one. I think I threw it away. Because at first, oh, well, here's another one. See how I hit the center with the Moody Mauve? And you could really see, that's where the dauber hit. And it turned out just fine. But my goal is to have it a little bit soft, have the boho blue show, but the edges be just a little bit darker and the center be just a little bit darker. And if you miss stamping on the rest of the flower, you don't see any of the detail. So with all that, I'm going to center and then get the edges a little bit heavier. And then make sure I have a little bit of color on the rest of the flower, just a little bit. See how this turned out. And it's okay if it's really light, because that's what makes it look so delicate. Look how pretty that turned out. See, that'll do just fine. Just fine. Okay, let's do the medium one. Same process, a little bit heavier in the middle. And I'm doing extra tap, 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 just because if I were to leave it after 2 taps, I would have that dauber circle. And I don't want that. But if I keep tapping, it'll kind of soften up a little bit. Okay, that one came out good. Then this one I did full strength, just for it to look a little bit different. I think it's probably fine if you want to do it with the dauber and tapping it. So just a little bit darker. Okay, and so for the leaves, because the paper base is Pebbled Path, I'm going to do Pebbled Path leaves. And if in your head you're thinking, leaves don't come in Pebbled Path unless they're on their way out, which is true, but this makes for a really soft look to the flowers, and it makes it all kind of come together. It's like bordering on monochromatic. I know there's a lot of colors going on, but can I get this one on here? If I keep trying, I probably can. Right there. Right like that. Anyhow, I love Pebbled Path. Okay, and I love blues. Okay, that looks good. Oh, and while I have this, this first card, I didn't do any flower centers, and I did that on purpose. So the colors were all blue, white, and Pebbled Path. Just this one had flower centers with metallic, and this one had metallic and stamped. I think I want to just stamp these with Pebbled Path. So there is a flower center right here. So I'll do this one on the big flower. And the little one is, let me show you what this looks like. It's this one right here. I'm using these 2 flower centers. When you look at these flowers, you're like, those are smaller than what you're doing. If ever you see this little something written down at the bottom, take a minute to look at it. Images are 80%. So we know the flowers are a lot bigger. Two-step Stampin'. Gotta love two-step Stampin'. Okay, so I'm going to use this little 1/4 right here. And right here. Okay, it's looking good. And you know, let me cut out one. Should I do it? One of these from that paper? The big flower center. Let me try that. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. Okay, so for the dies, I think it's all of these. Here's the big one. And don't you love it when there's dies and everything gets cut out? Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so I'm going to cut all of these out. Okay, let's see how this is going to go together. So I wanted to do it similar to the first one. A little bit like this. Oh, but I put it on the other side. Okay. We can adjust. Oh, maybe I should put that ribbon. Let me put that ribbon on. I love that ribbon. So I'm just going to do it in a knot. Or should I do a bow? How would a bow look on this one? A big old bow. Well, I could do a bow, and then, if it doesn't work, go back to the original plan. It's nice that this ribbon is so soft and it works so well. Okay, let's see how this is going to work. Stay still and well, that's pretty, but I like blue and white. We need something because there's all this pebbled path, so maybe this one can go there. Just kind of touching the area. Sure is pretty though. Yeah. But where is the bow? That looks good. But where is the bow going to go? Maybe I could go there. Oh, I'm liking this. This one could go right there. Okay, now to put it together. Someone said, take your press and seal, put it over the top. You'll kind of capture it. Okay, so this one, oh, another thing is when you're assembling your project, just think about the perimeter of the card. That's about the size of the envelope. So I would love to have this sticking way up, but then it won't fit in the envelope. So, okay, we're not even using that as an example. Today is a new day. Try something a little different. But I think this layout would be good for like any focal image that you have. Like if you had a train or, well, today is my son's birthday and I pulled out a card that had, I think it was like a sleeping fox on a little stump or a, just a little mound. And it would be nice on like just about any card. anything that has a nice focal point. Or you could do this collage style, make your own focal point. I'm going to do just one dimensional, just because I'm not sure if it's really going to stay there. Okay. One more. So if you ask my son, and we've decided a few years ago, we're going to just go out for dinner, and we're not needing gifts. So we're going to take them out for dinner tonight. Evan and Michaela is so cute. She's starting to show, and little baby boy is kicking a lot. She sent a couple of videos, and Tony's like, I don't see it. But it was more, if there's her tummy, you would see on her tummy just like a thump. You know, if you've had babies, you know how it feels. Very exciting, very happy time. And little boy, we don't know his name. They know his name, but we don't know his name. Little boy is due in October. I'm looking at this. Should the leaves, I'm thinking maybe I'll put some leaves on top. Well, you know what, maybe not, because I want the hello to stand out. Yeah, but they look good. They're so pretty. The tips of the leaves are so pretty. Okay, it's gonna go there. So tonight we're going to, oh, and he always asked for, where do you want to go? Michaela says, if you ask him where he wants to go, he always wants to go to sushi. So guess where he wants to go? Sushi. I had to think about where the bow is going to go. I'm okay if the bow covers the leaves. The flowers could tuck in too. That's cute, just like that. And the boy, Evan, he is the last few days salmon fishing. He's out with his buddies. They strive, Evan and Michaela strive to not have to buy, oh, that's not pretty. Okay, this gets to go right here. I was thinking it'd be a bit darker, but it isn't. That's okay. They strive to not buy protein from the grocery store. So he is always out hunting. Okay, so now this is calling for the hello to be right there. It's just calling for it. And you know, on this project, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to follow it up. I'm going to put bling on it. But when it came time and looking at each of the projects, it was like the sparkly metallic paper is plenty bling-like. And there's plenty of texture and color from the designer paper. And the flowers, that there's no bling on it. I could think of like 3 different types of bling that would work with these projects. Like blue and silver. And I think there's even pebbled path bling. Or just natural colors. Each one is like, oh, I could put that bling on and that bling. Okay, whenever I use a glue dot to stick a bow on, probably know I like to do this. Put a little bit of glue way down hiding underneath, just because too many times I've found bows in the bottom of the envelope. They don't belong there. Okay, what do you think? So again, it's kind of busy, but I think having this blank or more solid colored space really calms down the busy. Okay, so that's the outside. No bling. I'm thinking, oh, rhinestones. No bling. Okay, so for the inside, that's done. Oh, and if you don't already have a demonstrator and you need any product, I would love to have you order from JilliStampinup.net and use this host code. I really appreciate it. That's what keeps me sending ideas your way. And I think it's on Tuesday, there's going to be free shipping, which is really nice. Oh, I have this over here. Birthday blooms for you. I like that. So at the bottom, what should I do on the inside? So save up your order for Tuesday. I kind of like using this stamp. Okay, something in combo of these two. I don't know if I could pull that off, but I'm going to try. So I'll put the blue flower here, big. Or maybe I should do medium and small. But then I can't put those big leaves on it. I like the big leaves. And dauber, boho, and also in July, with any $50 order, you get a coupon code by email. And you could take that coupon code, and when you order in August, each coupon code is worth $5, and there's no limit. So if you have a $200 order, you get 4 codes, which is very convenient. Maybe a little flower, full strength. Let's try this again. See if it could be a little bit darker. I have a little fuzzy on it. Should I try that again? Let me see. If I were to try it again, this is the little one. Is that much better? Yeah. Yeah. So what else? What other stories? So you know how Tony has been recouping from his knee or his hip, and he's been off, which has been nice. I think he's going crazy. I'm not going crazy. I don't mind him home. He's going to go back a little bit earlier than planned, just because there's stuff going on at work, and like, that'd be great if you could come back. So he's going to go back a little bit early, just like by a few days. And so anyhow, his dad willed him, when his dad passed, he gave him a boat. So the boat has been sitting out there, and we even have like a little shed for the boat. It's a good thing he didn't really ask me about this, because I have strong opinions, but that's okay. That looks pretty. So he decided, since he's been on leave, okay, I'm going to clean it all out. There's all kinds of stuff in there. I don't know what's in there. So a few days ago, he went out there. He came in, and he was like, those darn, and he was saying a few words. And I'm like, what? He said, some wasp. He goes, they tag team me. I'm like, you're kidding. Are you okay? And he had 2 stings. One of them on his forearm, and then one on his calf muscle area. Okay, hold on. This takes concentration. So to get it to line up, looking at the top ones, good. The bottom ones, this middle ball one goes right in the middle there. Got it. So he kind of recouped from that, but he's like, I'm going to go get me some foggers and some spray. He goes, I'm going to get a few cans of it, and I'm going to go at it like tag teaming them. I'm like, okay, you go get it. Go get them. Kind of covered up my flower. Maybe if I put the centers, I'll put the centers in them. Okay, so he went to the store, and he has like 4 cans of stuff out there. He's like, I'm not sure where they're coming from. And so he went out there, and I guess one of the cans he thought was a fogger that would just kind of put him asleep so you start pulling stuff out of there. I guess it was more of a direct stream. He's like, no, I wanted the fogger so the whole cabin underneath could be filled with sleepy stuff for wasps. Yeah, when he went out there yesterday, guess what? Got stung again. So his hand, see how I have knuckles? He doesn't have knuckles. His is just like a balloon. Yeah, I think it's his left hand. So, what did he do? He went somewhere this morning to get more ammunition. He's like, oh, I'm going to get him. I'm going to win. Yeah, you do that. Yeah. Keep in mind, he has that new hip. I'm like, were you stumbling all over there to get out of it? He's like, no, I was being careful. I'm like, okay. It's always something. But he says, oh, listen to this. This is music to my ears. He said, well, I forgot who he was talking to. I'm going to clean it up, get it licensed so I can sell it. And in my head, I'm thinking, that would be great. Then he could park his truck, which is too big to put in the garage, because I was thinking it'd be nice if we had both. We have a car in there too. Anyhow, that would give him a place to park his truck. I mean, it would be perfect. So that's good. But then he started cleaning out the garage yesterday. He's like, hey, what's this? I'm like, where are you coming up with this stuff? Then he come in with another box. Look at all these cords. Do you know what any of these are too? I'm like chargers and wires and stuff. I'm like, I have no idea. He goes, well, it's all going to go. And then we found a cell phone from back in the day. And it was like this size. And you put it into this box, which was this size, and you just set it into there. That's how you charge it. Anyhow, we've been cleaning and doing stuff. I'm exhausted. I hit 2 cards. Cards are better. That's it for today's project. I started talking. You know me, my stories. Okay, so there it is. Isn't it pretty? I would love to receive that. Okay, so I hope you have a great day. Let me know if you need anything. Fill up your cart for free shipping day. It's going to be lovely. We all need free shipping. It's like a sale on everything. That's 11%. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. And then there's that little notification. If you hit the notification anytime I put something out, I hope to inspire you. But then you'll get a notification in your email or your phone, text. Okay, talk to you later.